anemones are on the coral. Does that mean that anemones can actually walk or change its position? Or
Some anemones can, yeah, move around a little bit. They don't do it. I don't think they do it super often, but
Probably takes a lot of energy to do something like that.
Yeah, I've seen some videos of like predators coming at sea anemones where they release themselves from a rock and they kind of like spring off.
uh-huh.
It's pretty cool, but yeah, I don't think it
What
happens
direction is the
very
ship
often.
going?
yeah, I wonder that too.
It's okay. Just checking.
No, the step is at
Just
1 to
checking.
6.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The control is doing something else. But it will reach the desired point eventually.
Uh-huh. It's a lot of faith.
I have faith in that DP system.
Okay.
It does funky stuff, but it normally gets to the right position. So you see, instead of going in a straight way, it went like this, and now it's going to go down.
Yep.
That's a very neat PID control system.
I don't know if there's much P or I or D in there.
Or anything, yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to develop a better control system, for sure.
You would?
I wouldn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, I'm very bad at control. Yeah.
Suppose, yeah.
Well, can we get a quick zoom on that purple guy?
Can you give me a zoom video?
Is that just what you're going to say anyway?
Yes. Here's a nice color.
See, that looks like Victor Gorgia.
So I want to congratulate you again, because the Paragorgia thing is...
Victor Gorgia.
No, I know.
No,
that's why I said I want to congratulate you again.
Oh, congratulate! Yeah, thank you.
You are doing a very good job at not throwing that name again.
We're gonna have to get.
Go wide.
Now I wish we found one of those, so I could know what that is.
It feels so tiny now compared to those huge ones. Little guys.
Yeah. I'm assuming you don't want any rocks from down here. Okay.
Where do we send the rocks? I guess it's not to the Museum of Conservation, or what was that museum that we are sending the corals? Comparative geology. Yeah, I think the rocks are not going there, no?
No, the rocks go to Rhode Island to the Graduate School of Oceanography.
Oh, cool. And do you know if there's any of the samples that we've done that is actually like in the museum for the public to see, or are they just archived?
At Harvard,
please.
there is a public part of the museum, and there's a few things that we've collected that are on display there.
Okay.
Yep.
Where is Harvard?
How has the current been? Is it still pretty strong up here?
Nah, it's a lot mellower here.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I want to blame it for my poor zooms, but it's not even a thing.
You can still blame it.
Okay,
but
thanks.
your zooms have been great.
Crazy, like eddy currents and stuff around there.
Yeah, it's weird and swirly.
Oh, it's raining now.
Maybe a quick zoom on that C-pen if we can. Or maybe we're going past it.
Where is
to
it?
the right of the lasers.
Oh, yeah. Give me a zoom video.
Sorry, I was helping you.
Is that a sea pen?
Yep.
But we collected a rock pen earlier.
A rock pen, yeah.
Yeah, we had one scientist on shore who was very interested in the rock pens. I forget who.
Gary,
Oh, was it Gary?
right? Is that who you used to work with, or no?
Alexis used to work, or
Alexis
did
did, that's
her
right.
master's
Yes.
with Gary Williams, who is a absolute expert at IDing all of this stuff.
wide.
Yeah. Gary was with us on the Cordell Bank cruise a couple years ago, and the cruise ended in San Francisco, and a whole bunch of us went over to the museum, and
Oh, cool.
he showed us around and behind the scenes and his lab and stuff. It was great.
I remember that cruise.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you were on it. Yeah. We had some rough weather. We had that recovery where we had to put the main engines on.
Yeah. Yeah, we lost the heading with the DP system, no?
Yeah, that we lost the heading on the
Yeah.
recovery. It was bad.
I was on watch for that.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, I remember calling the bridge saying, let's track a line. He's
Gary, will that
beating.
sonar box
And they were
make
like,
it over here?
we will change the heading to be forward the line. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
if we do
try
that,
to reset
we're
that.
going to lose the
It's not-
heading.
That Argus one is all messy.
And
We
did.
lost it.
Yep.
I don't know what that noise is from. It's possible that your gain is jacked way up.
No, it's not. It's just comms issues with it. You reset it 3 or 4 times, you'll get 3 or 4 different.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That looks like acoustic noise, though.
I know, just watch. Good sonar is bad software.
Can I
Can
zoom
we
with the
get a
lasers?
zoom?
Bridge nav step,
Yeah.
please.
Oh, cool.
Is that a sunflower star? Or some sort of sea star?
Yeah, it's not a it's not the sunflower one, but it does have the similar, like it has more appendages than you normally see.
I haven't seen any of those. That's cool.
The sunflower ones have like 18 or something. It's crazy.
Go wide.
It's not happy.
No, it's really not.
Does it go through serial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes into a moxa.
Well, yeah, everything goes into Moxa, no?
Yeah.
Down there. Well,
Okay,
does
go for
everything goes
zoom.
into one Moxa or to
There's
one
several.
Moxa for each thing?
No, there's a moxa for each vehicle, basically.
Okay. But all the serials from Herc are compressed into one Moxa in Herc. And sent-
Not in her topside.
Ah,
All the cereal gets fed into the prism in Herc, the fiber mux.
and that gets
Comes up.
separated again. All the
That
serials.
comes up to the, yeah, it gets broken out on the topside prism,
Yeah.
which then I think goes to the moxa, which then shows it to the computers. Okay, go wide.
Oh, agony.
Step.
Sure.
Bridge nav step, please.
Video, you want to give me a partial zoom? Thanks.
Yeah, that
That's
doesn't
great.
go beyond setting up sonar heads. It's where it's stuck the other 2 times, no? The other 2 times? No. Look.
No, see now it's better than it was. What am I doing? On my way.
Okay, go wide. And push past, yeah.
The vignetting. I like that word. I always learn things here.
That's not it. Which one is his hevelometer? This one? No.
That black, that white page,
I
probably?
did the black one. This one. Small better.
Let's see. 330 meters. We're moving slow today. Yeah.
Wow, there really are so many dead sponges around here. They're all over.
Those are big on the left.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Actually bothering me. They're going a different way.
Yeah, most of the coral we've seen looks
Bridge
decently
nav step, please.
decently healthy.
Have there been many sponge scientists who've been tuning in?
happened?
Or mostly coral people?
Are you, Albert?
Not that I'm aware of.
You're changing stuff around in the sonar monitor.
Wait. That was.
There you go.
It looks like you turned on the gain on Argus.
No, it's not. The settings aren't different. It's that the software glitches and it interprets it different. Like
Oh
you can
my
still
God,
see that
that's
interference is there.
Ridiculous.
But yeah, no, it is. So that's why you can't you shouldn't try and fix it with the settings because they're actually set right. It's just it's not. Something's going on with it.
Jeez. We're getting like it's a death
Good
throes
software.
or something.
Yeah. I think it's okay now.
People always
See what
blame
I mean.
it on the software.
Well, software
Poor software
people's fault.
computer engineers.
Yeah, you guys, I don't know, maybe you guys have it coming.
What's the glitch?
It has kind of comms problems, so sometimes you open it up and it's like it
Bridge nav step,
presents really ridiculously. Like it might have the sonar image inverted, it might have it 30 degrees off, it might look like the gain is jacked, but none of the settings are actually changed.
Huh.
So then if you try and compensate for like the image that it's got on the screen, then you're kind of like, you can never get it to be the way it's meant to be, and plus you're like fiddling with all the settings.
Right, right.
You
Which
just,
you don't want to do.
You just keep the settings the same and like shut it all off and turn it back on, and 1 out of 10 times it works properly. I think you can reset the computer, probably like let Windows release the COM ports, but I don't know. I hesitate to reset the computers around here. I'd use a virtual keyboard and remember the password. I don't want to do it unless I can wake Justin up or something. Justin, I turned the computer off. I can't get back into it. I guess it's Ben now. Wake Ben up.
You know why you should never use beef stew as a password? It's not stroganoff.
I didn't get that one.
Are you looking these up, or have you just
Yeah, that
all
one
in your
he
head?
didn't even pull his phone out for that one.
Jeez.
Sometimes he looks them up. Not often, though. Are we at the bottom of this? Oh, wonderful.
It's not stroganoff.
Beef stroganoff.
Oh, I got it.
We're all sleep deprived.
Yeah, a little bit.
What's that float in there?
Bridge nav step, please.
Oh, these guys are fun.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
It's a jelly.
Oh, I
Darian.
see. Yeah, now I see the...
Video, can you give me a zoom? They don't move, which is really confusing.
Yeah, weird. That's really cool, though. Yeah, it's pretty mesmerizing just to watch
go wide.
that. Especially
pretty
late
cool.
at night.
Yeah, that's a really neat critter.
Bridge nav step, please. And after this one, I might wait a bit because now we have the ship moving, but Argus is like 40 meters behind. So, although it's pretty clear in Argus sonar. So, look how well arranged are all these rocks.
Video, can you give me a zoom? Not on anything in particular. Just want to see what this is like.
Oh, wow. No, I'm not paying attention. I'm reading. That's pretty interesting. It's like a turbidite deposit or something.
What does that mean?
You get like landfalls, you know, on the steeper slopes, and it just carries with it all different size rocks.
Gotcha.
Actually, there was one of the,
Seabrook, this is for you.
I don't know if you've been down to the data lab to look at the maps
Thank
they've been
you.
making, but where we were picking this dive track just to the south of here, you can totally see this huge submarine landslide that came off the side of the island.
That's cool.
And then you can see the mapping that we did this morning showed like the distal edge of that, and it was all like fingers extending out from all the
Bridge
landslides.
nav step, please.
Have you guys ever
Go wide.
come back and remapped a feature that had like some kind of massive slide like that?
Yeah, I remember in the Caribbean, we were working off of Grenada in the Kikum-Jenny volcano, and there had been a volcanic eruption, so the landslide was related to volcanism, I think, and that had changed a little bit over the years.
Give me a zoom.
That's cool. What is that growing on?
A flytrap anemone, yeah?
No, what is the coral growing on? I guess it must
So
be like
there's
rock right
if
there.
you look in the Argus cam, you can see like the slabs that we're kind of over right now. They're just
so
covered
it's just
in
rock with like a very
sediment.
thin
Yeah.
layer. Huh, funky.
So it's actually not sand, it's a flat rock covered with sediment.
Go wide.
Mike, did you always dream of being an ROV pilot?
No. I can't think of anything funny to say. I started doing it in my late 20s.
Bridge nav step, please.
I had moved back home to Newfoundland, and there were a lot of, just happened to be a lot of ROV positions open that one year, and the oil and gas industry was really on the upswing. So I worked out there for about a year and a half, and then I started sniffing around and doing some science work on the west coast of Canada, and then it all kind of led here.
Put a quick zoom on that yellow coral.
Sure thing.
My dream is to swim in an ocean of orange soda. It's a fantasy, though.
I believe in you, Nick.
Okay, give me a zoom.
I appreciate that.
You keep trying. Get there.
Oh,
Oh.
sad.
Better luck next time, dude.
Oh, he's tumbleweed.
I see that a lot, and I always wonder if we kind of blow them off or if they just like abandon ship. Thanks, that's great.
Go wide. I love the constant commentary from Seabrook's keyboard. Like, that's great. Click, 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 click. You know you did something noteworthy.
Oh, we might make it. We might make it. We are 500 meters almost.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely slowed down a little bit in the giant coral garden, which I think is fair.
Bridge nav step, please. I keep stepping although Argus is far behind because it appears clear in the sonar. Like once we start seeing some ad there, maybe we should stop.
Yeah, it's so flat. I haven't even confirmed that that sonar is working properly. There's nothing to look at in it.
But when we start seeing something, we stop and see if
Like we'll
that
just
something
see the
is in the right place.
the ridge coming into the bottom half. Or something.
I was stationed in the Middle East. You know how I got out of Iraq?
How?
I ran. Actually, I was never in Iraq. I was in Bahrain.
I feel like there could be a joke in there too.
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
You were just actually in Bahrain?
Not that you know.
He was just actually there.
Just
Just
a
there.
fun fact.
Do you want mine? I have this one if you want. Breathe, snap, step, please.
Gauge's time. I don't know how they fly like that. He does that. Dan does it. Came up here one time. Dan had that fully reclined. He was over this way, had his legs over by Albert. He was taking up like 3 places.
Yeah, but it was comfy.
How are you doing? No, I don't know how.
It would be cool if you had a setup where all the screens were on the ceiling and you were just like totally reclined.
That's
I agree. 100% agree with the concept that it's impossible to stay awake if you do that.
My dentist does that now. There's a TV on the ceiling.
Oh.
Yeah, that's like the new thing.
And
Yeah, mine does
I
that.
always hate like TVs in places, but the dentist is one place where it's like it's actually quite welcome, right? You don't
I
have to pay
agree.
attention to the assault that's being performed on you.
They asked me what I wanted to watch on Netflix, and I get really nervous at the dentist, so I was flustered and couldn't remember a single TV show I'd ever watched, so I just said nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a little cup coral? At the bottom right of the screen,
Yeah.
or is it an
I
anemone?
think it's a tiny anemone. Let's see.
Yeah.
Can we just do a quick zoom, or are we going past it?
Mike, when I go to the dentist, I like looking into her eye. I see the reflection of what she's doing, and I like
God.
it actually.
just
like-
make eye contact, make them uncomfortable the whole
I like
time.
leaving the dentist. You know,
That's
it's
the way to do
nice to have been at the dentist. I don't like it while I'm there.
Oh, I
like
hate the
it while
dentist.
I'm there.
I hate the dentist.
My wife
I
keeps
just do
making
it.
me
It's-
dental
it
appointments.
makes it like aliens or something, you know? You're just lights and power tools in your mouth. Like,
Yeah, sorry, it just kind of caught my eyes, like the right size for some cup corals.
Gabby, I'm
Cap
gonna
corals
take
are
this
the ones
bubble
that look
camera.
like a mushroom thing.
What was that, Albert?
The cap coral is the one that looks like a mushroom.
No, there's stony corals,
Okay.
and there's a bunch of them, but they have like a little calcium carbonate
Okay.
vase, but small. And then like usually they're pretty solitary. Sometimes they form little clumps. So usually it's just like one big polyp sticking out of that. And we haven't seen too many, or we haven't seen any on our watches. I think,
Haven't seen any.
didn't one of the other watches, I think, saw one?
Oh, where'd that go? That's not right. What am I doing?
Albert, how much ground have we covered now?
500 meters.
We're about
Let me
halfway,
check.
right? Through our watch.
500 meters.
Yeah.
500? Good. Back on track.
Yeah.
Slightly more because when I measure, I measure a straight line and we did like a small triangle shape, you know. Like.
And how far is waypoint 4?
I'd say 900.
732.
783.
Huh? That's pretty good.
You guessed pretty well.
I looked at the screen.
Oh, oh yes, you're right. I haven't selected. It's too late at night for me.
All right, let's try. We'll try to get there by the end of our watch. Sound like a plan?
Okay.
I think we can
I
try.
mean, if it's like this, that's going to be very doable.
Yeah, but eventually we'll end up in a steep slope.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to get hit by another current coming up
Yeah.
that.
Or interesting stuff, you know.
Yeah.
We can get hit by any of those. I don't understand how you can read those gauges.
I'd rather have the interesting stuff than the
I
current.
don't know.
Yes.
So you
Where'd
just
I
know
get
that
5
they
out
should.
of that. That's not 5. Yeah. I call them at 4, right? 4.
It looked, yeah, it looked pretty similar to that anemone we saw.
Write a big book about it. 4. It's not 5. It wasn't. It never was 5. It might not be 4, but it's definitely not 5.
Bridge nav step, please.
Oh, I mean, you could sell me on 4.3 or something.
Gabby's awake now. She
I
hasn't
know.
really laughed much this watch.
Yeah.
I know, you haven't said something funny on watch until Gabby has to like mute herself to laugh at it. That's like the benchmark.
I'm trying.
That's a really low benchmark.
Yeah, we were not discussing the quality of the benchmark or how difficult it is to get there.
How difficult it
We were
just
just
then.
announcing that that's the benchmark.
Can you give me a zoom?
Oh, it's another, well, primnode and then
And then one of
one of
the
those blue yellow
yeah.
plexarids and an anopsim. Oh, Naloptomia.
There are some pretty big bases that are dead all around. Well, not on the sun, but on the place that there were a lot of corals earlier, there were a lot of dead bases. Here there's another dead base.
Oh, the sponges are you talking about? Or the coral?
No, the
Like-
coral. That is
Yeah.
a dead base.
Yeah. Old, fans or plexarids that got killed off by something or... In any healthy population, you're going to have mortality and recruitment.
if there is no
The brittle stars love this kind
anything
of coral.
eating
Yeah.
or trying to destroy the coral, is there a limit on how much they can live?
As in, do they ever just die of old age?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, with how long some of them live, I wouldn't think so. I mean, black corals 5,000 years. If nothing kills them. But I don't know.
Sometimes we've seen them break off and then
Okay, go wide.
they don't have a root system anymore or whatever, and
Yeah.
they kind of died after that.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that can go wrong in the life of a coral.
Well, apparently not as many as in our lives. We don't live 5,000 years.
Amy, we'll be the first generation to start.
Well, I wouldn't like to live 5,000 years, I think.
No,
Yeah, that's too long.
At the end, what would be left in Netflix? Nothing.
There can only be one.
What would be left on what?
On Netflix.
Well, they keep making new shows.
Yeah,
I would
that's
just
true.
keep watching The Office over and over again for 5,000 years.
Ooh, sipping in the middle of the sand.
Uh-huh.
That's what she's typing.
No.
How'd you guess?
You're guessing Sarah's data logs.
I bet there's some place we can see it.
I can actually see her logs.
Bridge nav, step please.
Zoom, please.
What's that kind of tube there?
In the back?
No, in just below the.
I think it's a hermit crab.
Yeah, but its shell is
It's
kind of weird.
He picked a shell that's too
Yeah.
big for him.
An old tube or
a
something.
little tube, yeah, reusing something.
Yep.
Okay, go wide.
Why do they reuse the shells? Is that for avoiding having to build a new one and spending the energy that that might consume, or they don't build shells, or what? Why?
They grow and they have to keep getting bigger shells.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, but like, do they have the ability to build a new shell?
No, they have
Not
to
them.
always find a new shell. So in some places,
Okay.
you can actually find hermit crabs that are reusing like tin cans and glass bottles and stuff. They just find anything that they can
Okay.
live in like that.
Okay. Bridge nav, step please.
Whoa. There's a big coral.
Is it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not much in sonar.
No, she's coming around out here.
Oh, wow. Oh, my
Whoa.
gosh.
There you go.
Wow.
Wow, it's not like the only little rock out here.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Video, can I have a zoom? Stop there.
Bridge nav, step please. You don't think that will become a sample, do you?
No.
Okay.
It's just the only thing we've seen in a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, because I have the steps
Look at that base.
are automatic now, almost, so...
Okay, go wide.
Right before I came out here, I was in Michigan visiting friends, and my buddy Kurt and I went out for
Is your plow on the bottom there, Gabby?
Italian food, and
Thanks.
this restaurant that we always go to has a famous Italian chef. Unfortunately, he passed away.
Oh.
Bridge nav, step please. Now in the sonars we can see the small...
Yeah, keep
mountain
it going
that-
fast through here. It's really nothing
that
to
we
see.
have on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have gone over that little knoll.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
didn't want to get up there, no? Getting down from there will be interesting because that's 60 meters and steep. So either they'll have water column or they will reverse.
We want
go
to keep
down.
on speed. We can just like fly over it and just lose sight of the bottom, and
Yeah.
just come back down, or turn around and fly down so we can see it.
Yeah, it will depend on how, like, if it will, I think it will depend on how interesting this is. Because if it's very interesting, maybe they want to actually go down watching.
Yeah.
Can I get a zoom video? Good.
Bridge nav step, please.
Go wide.
Bridge nav step, please.
I like to read these historical accounts. One of them I was reading was about World War II. These 5 sailors were in a raft out here in the Pacific. They had 6 cigarettes between them. And they threw 1 cigarette overboard and the whole boat got a cigarette lighter.
You got a chuckle from Mike. Can I get a zoom?
A very light chuckle.
It's late.
Trying.
This guy again.
He's making them up himself, though, so it's pretty good.
This guy again.
It's quickly becoming the Oreo fish of corals.
Yeah,
Yeah, it really
everywhere.
is.
Oreo corals?
We haven't seen any Oreo fish tonight.
We haven't seen many fish at all, really.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I've seen one, I think, in this dive.
Do you remember what kind of fish it was?
No.
Mm.
Go wide video. This is my practice coral. That's what it's for.
Ooh, what's that blue guy to the right?
Oh, yeah. Give me a zoom video. Good. That's good.
Victor Gorgia.
Bridge nav step, please.
Go wide. Do you need more close-ups of this guy?
No, got it,
Okay.
thanks.
It's warm in here today. Just having this on my lap is too much.
Here, I can put it here.
That's okay. I'm good.
Does that AC unit behind you guys always run, or?
Yeah, that's on.
Should come sit over on this side. It's freezing. Over
Yeah, it's cold
Yeah, it's
over.
real cold over here.
Half
The
full here.
Argus seat is like such an ice box. There was a time when the AC unit only dumped on the Argus seat. And
No,
it was
it's
just
horrible.
like stepping into a freezer.
Last year was like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, last year I always needed the jacket.
Video,
and
can I
the
get a
things.
zoom?
This year I'm.
That's kind of a
That's
cool
pretty
little
neat,
sea
yeah.
pen growth. Or what is that? That's not a sea pen. It's on rock.
Yeah,
Is that a rock pen?
It's a
yeah, it's a
question
rock.
mark.
I think it's a rock pen. It looks very, very similar to the one they sampled earlier. Yeah, it's also a question mark.
It is.
It is.
What
Go
am
wide.
I? Guess what I am.
So why, when they are on sand, they are sea-pins, and when they are on rock, they are rock?
Well, it's
pins
just
and not-
a name we give this sea pen. That's
okay.
because it grows on rocks.
Because the growing for a sea-pin growing on a rock is the exception.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bridge nav step, please.
And we call them sea pens because we find very few of them on land.
Oh, pretty good.
Albert does not look impressed.
Albert, you don't have to be impressed by
Is
that.
that a joke or is that a real, like, so it's...
I don't know if it was quite a joke.
I thought it was
It was
funny.
a joke.
It was almost a joke. How about that?
Why are they pens, though? They look like
I'm
They
ready.
look
to
like
quill
quills.
pens.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe they have 99% in common DNA with that other thing.
With pens?
Well, with quills.
No, I don't know. There's a plant that looks like this. I know these are not plants, but well, I know. I suppose these are not plants. I know corals are not plants.
They're animals, yep.
The sea-pins are animals as well?
They're animals, yeah. Sea pens are like a cousin to the other corals that you're seeing. They're in the same group.
So if you were to explain how this is structured for somebody that doesn't know it,
How what is structured?
What?
the groups, families, blah, 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 down to species and so on, and everything that is in between.
Do you mean how they tell, or what
No,
the
no.
structure is?
What the structure is. Like, there is animal living things, there is plant living things, there is other living things that are grouped into living things, and each one of these groups is divided into more groups and more groups, and how
Phylum,
like-
order, class. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Biology.
You just invented taxonomy.
no. I know that exists. I don't know what stages are there. Like,
So like the big ones are like the domains of life, right? You have
there you go. That one.
Yeah.
So, what was the question that I was asking?
how does it work?
How is biology organized?
Into lots of little groups.
Carefully.
Carefully.
I like it. Bridge nav, step please. So okay, you have the domains.
Can you
Okay.
go below species? You can have subspecies.
You can have subspecies.
Yeah.
A lot of the corals have
Fish over to the left.
subspecies that will eventually
Big fish.
get grouped
Become-
together and then
become
split
its own
apart later, and
species,
then
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
It's-
check this out.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's
Cool.
cool looking.
And we talked about species concept last night. I think
Go for zoom.
some biologists tend to be more of like
Stop.
splitters, and they like to like call things different species, and then some tend to be more
It has no eyeballs.
Yeah, I know.
groupers.
That's weird.
I think we haven't seen that fish earlier.
It's playing possum now.
How did it know we were here?
Can you zoom a bit more?
Wow.
Blind.
Eerie.
There's
it
there's
does
its
have
eyes.
it does have an
Yeah,
eye. It's
they're
just
there.
small and in the wrong place.
Is it?
In the
Is it
wrong
an eye?
place.
I think it's
It looks.
an eye.
Well, it looks like it, but
Small and in the wrong place.
Oh, this
It might
is-
just be like a vestigial remnant of an eye.
Okay, I gotta get going.
yep, that's fine.
Coming out.
Go wide.
Maybe it doesn't need eyes.
Yeah, I mean, we're not here.
That was fun. We hadn't seen a fish in a while.
So going back to that, we have the domains, and then going further down.
So what are the domains? Plants and animals and
No, plants and animals are like kingdoms.
kingdoms.
And that's above or below domain?
Below domain.
And domain is then, what's in domain then? Living things.
Organic, inorganic.
Yeah, I'd say for
Is it too basic for answering that now?
is it too what?
Is it too basic for answering that now?
No.
Looks like it.
I mean, I was taught that in school probably like 20 years ago,
I think
You
the
don't
way
remember?
but that most likely changed.
I think the way I was taught it in school is King Philip came over for good soup, very good soup. Kingdom phylum, you know.
Right, yeah.
Class order.
Read snap step, please.
All right, we should start gradually going uphill soon.
Soonish, yep.